Hi, my name is Dave Simon. That's me up there in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I love marketing. I love helping businesses grow with by getting their marketing message dialed in. And today's video is going to be all about how to get the right message on your website. We're going to look at 3 different businesses today. Here they are, and I'm just kind of quickly going through them. And we're going to see how well each one passes the different criteria on this test, and see if your website, how well it does in this website test. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to do the 5-second test. 5-second test is this idea that when people they first land on your website, they initially land on your above the fold section. It's the top portion of your website. And people should be able to identify, what is this? What's in it for me? And what should I click on? 3 to 5 seconds. Those 3 questions should be asked. What is it? What's in it for me? What should I click on? So we're going to perform the 5-second test on these 3 websites. What is this? What's in it for me? And what should I click on? Perfectly placed. And last but not least, going to bring in a franchise, Stanley Steamer. Okay, so, and I encourage you at home to, pull up your website as you're watching this and compare your website to this criteria. So let's go to this first one. What is this? Well, I see the name is Herman Textile Window Fashions. What's in it for me? It's not clear. There's no headline. And what do they want me to click on? It's not clear. This is, I just Googled this. This is a local business here where I live in Cleveland. Looks like there's a phone number here, but they're not doing a good job of hitting those 3 points. Let's look at Perfectly Placed. What is this? What's in it for me? What do they want me to click on? Well, they organize your stuff. That's what they do. And what's in it for me? They're going to make my life easier. What do they want me to, what should I click on? Get organized now. So there's a call to action. I want to move this down here so we can see what's going on there. Okay, here's Stanley Steamer. What is this? It's home and cleaning, home and commercial cleaning. What's in it for me? Well, they don't really say. They just kind of, they state what their service is. What do they want me to click on? They want me to click this thing here to get a quote. So out of these 3 websites, Perfectly Placed is doing the best job of saying, this is what we do. This is how we're going to impact your life. This is what's in it for you. And then here's a call to action button. This business, Herman Textile Window, isn't really doing any of that. So they did not pass the 5-second test. Let's move on. Let's talk about the above the fold and the design of it. Your above the fold design should include a triangle pattern, a main headline, a call to action, and we're going to look at logo placement and the featured image. And let me scroll down a little bit. Your featured image should show a customer having a peak moment. And how does it fit in with your core message? Okay, so let's work backwards here. Let's first talk about, first thing it talks about is the triangle design. Now, you don't have to do this on your website, but website visitors are used to this type of layout. Logo in the upper left-hand corner, call to action button in the upper right, call to action button towards the bottom, typically in the center, but they have it off here to the side. I'll talk about that in a minute. Perfectly Placed, logo in the left, call to action, get organized there in the right. Another call to action there in the middle, in the center. Notice that these call to action buttons are a different color than everything else, so it's really popping out. The designer really wants you to see these buttons. Let's look at, so we talked about logo placement, and talks about, let's look at the message of these call to action. So there's no call to action here. They have their logo in the center, not to the left. Is that wrong? It's not wrong, but website visitors are used to their eyes going here to the upper left to get the logo. And there's no headline here, and there's no call to action. There's a phone number there, but no call to action here. So let's move on. Let's look at these call to action buttons. A call to action should imply an action. So this one says quote and schedule. Not a lot of action there, but look at this one. Get your quote and schedule instantly. So the bottom left the main call to action is talking about getting instant results. Perfectly placed. Get organized now. So there's the action. They're creating a sense of urgency. They could have said just get organized. They could have said contact us, but that doesn't imply action. You want to inspire your website visitor to take action. No call to action here. It just says visit our large showroom. Come on in or call us. Okay, let's look at a logo placement. We covered featured image should show the customer having a peak moment. It should tie in with your core message. Well, we're not going to look at these businesses' core message, but your business needs a core message. Your business needs a mission statement. Your business needs a mission statement that everyone in your business knows and can utter. And if you don't have a mission statement, if you don't have a core message, you're going to have a disjointed team. That's a whole nother conversation. But let's take a look here. Their featured image is showing a dirty carpet becoming clean. So you're seeing a before and after. Very effective. And notice, and this is why this is why I think the designer didn't put the call to action button in the middle, but off to the side is this handle's creating, your eye to kind of travel this way, and it just create some nice space here. If this call to action was right there in the center, it would be crowding the image a little bit. So having it flank out to the left there opens it up, and it's kind of creating an arrow to point you over into this direction to see home and commercial cleaning. It's a very effective photograph. Let's look at their photograph. They're talking about, organizing your stuff and making your life look easier. So this is interesting. Who's the hero in this picture? Looks to me like mom here, older mom is the hero, and looks like, I assume this is her daughter, maybe younger mom, who's appreciating her mother. All moms want to feel appreciated. So her life is, look at, a kitchen can easily get cluttered, but look at how organized it is. And look at mom's being appreciated by her daughter. So, and mom shows it on her face, daughter shows it on her face. Let's take a look here at Herman Textile Window Fashions. That's nice. We see these photographs. That's really great. Might be nice if there were people in the photograph. I do think that it's it's a mildly effective image, but take a look at how this image is laid out, and look at this image. Both of these are set up like a billboard where the image is filling up the whole screen. This is a better example of it. Look at all this kind of wasted space that they're using. This image really should fill up the whole screen. My hunch is that this was designed probably over 3 years ago. If your website's over 3 years old, it might be time for a redo. Let's look at main menus. Your main menus, you only want to have a few main menus. Here they have more. They're franchise, so a little bit more than what I like to see. But look at this: services and then tips. That's all she's got. Let's look at them. Home. Okay, so this menu, these menus here are kind of like tucked away, almost hidden. They're not really, they're hard to see. Like here, it's like you can't miss these, and you can't miss these here. So, and there are, in my opinion, too many options. I'm not going to really read these now. Like this home button, you can eliminate. People know to click on the logo. The logo will take them home. Okay, so let's look at photos. Let me scroll down a little bit. Your photos in general should have, wait, where is it? Should have emotional triggers. Should have customers showing peak moments. What story does it tell? So we're going to look at some other photos on their website. So these photos are nice. They're well done. It's really not clear to me what their product is. I mean, some type of window treatment thing. Let's look at their photo gallery. Okay, so I'm not loving what I'm seeing here, so I'm going to move on. Let's look at Perfectly Placed. So let's look at some of their photos. I really love this first photo. Let's look at one of their services. Let's see if one of their services really hits it out of the park. That main featured image does. Yeah, here we go. We unpacked your stuff, making moving easier. So here's not clear what she's looking. Oh, she's just kind of hanging out on the web. Looks like she just moved. So this is a good job putting. There's a great photo. Moving is stressful. But they don't look stressed. So these are showing customers having a win, engaged, or showing their lives improved because they engaged with the service. Let's look at here. What do we got? Effective and safe carpet cleaning. Right. So this is something that the cat can make the carpet dirty, but you want your child to be in a safe and clean environment, and here she is in a safe and clean environment. Just pictures kind of showing the customer engaging with the service provider. Your photos should tell a story. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so let's move onward. Let's look at design below the fold. Is it clear and simple? Are there consistent patterns and is consistent patterns and symmetry? Does the call to action occur again and again? Your your website visitor might not be ready to buy when they initially land on your homepage, but they might be ready to buy by the bottom of your homepage. So you want to keep reintroducing that call to action. We're going to look at the footer, contact information, and social media icons, and then a map. We'll see if these people have a map. Not that you have to have one. So they've got social media icon. Boom, right at the top. You're inviting people to leave your website when you do that. You don't want to do that. Put it at the bottom. You want to keep them on your website as long as possible. So now I'm looking for, is it clear and simple? And I'm looking for consistent patterns and a sense of symmetry. Okay, so that's their whole homepage here. It's cluttered. That's what's going on here. You have a box here, box here. You have kind of a box of text, box here of text, another area of text. It's just confusing and cluttered, and you want clear and simple. You want people to have to use too much brain power when they're on your website. Let's look at perfectly placed. So on their homepage, we have, here's their above the fold. We scroll down, we have a little bit of text here. We have another section, the background color changes to indicate to us we're now in a new area, and we're getting testimonials, very powerful. New section, new background color, 3 easy steps. Now these are called trust badges. This helps, it's social proof that this company is doing something that's being recognized, more testimonials. And then, so this is just very well organized. Here's their footer. There's their social media at the bottom. That's great. There's no map on there, but that's fine. If you're going to have a map, you want to put it at the bottom. Okay, let's take a look at Stanley Steamer. So similar to Perfectly Placed, we enter a new section, and it's designed just to kind of keep that in mind, that we're just going to be looking at this one area. The background color changes. Again, it's just nice symmetric layout. Another call to action. Stay informed. Another call to action. Why us? Now they're selling to us. Actually, let's look at Perfectly Placed. Let's look at their call to actions, how many they have. They have 1, 2 call to action so far. Another call to action. Call today. Bet you they have one more. Another one. Okay, so multiple call to actions. They have 0 call to actions here. So if you want to, something to really consider. Let's look at landing pages. Your landing page should be set up like your home page. So let me scroll up here a little bit. So for example, if someone Googles, window treatments in Highland Heights, Ohio, it might take them to this page. This page might be ranking higher than their home page. And this looks to me exactly like their homepage. Let's go to Window Fashions. I hope that's not, okay, this looks different. But it's the same layout. So give them marks for consistency in terms of, they're keeping this consistent pattern, but it's, this is just really confusing. So I'm not gonna, let's look at another, let's look at these guys. Let's look at home organization. This clearly is one of their big products. Good, so here's a landing page. It should be designed to look like a home page. They are bringing the image up a little bit so we can see some text on the above the fold, which I think is really smart. Professional home organization with their header just transfers over. Minimal text. When people look, if I look at that, go, that's not that long, I'll read it. If you give them a wall of text, like, I mean, that's a lot of text. It's not, that's not an insane amount of text, but you start hitting people up with a lot of text and they're not likely to read it. Nice big font, I'm likely to read that. And again, they're continuing to break things off into different sections. Let's see where she puts her call to action buttons. So not really until there. I mean, there's some, here's her pricing stuff here. Surprised she didn't put another call to action maybe here. So let's look really quick at Stanley Steamer. Let's look at their cleaning products. Okay, this is a whole, okay, so this is now they're moving into retail. Actually, let's look at carpet cleaning. That would be a more likely one. And sure enough, it feels like a homepage. Nice big image, emotional triggers there. You want your baby to be on a clean carpet. We got a little pop-up there, it looks like. A little different layout, but still things are very symmetric. It's well organized, it's clean, it's easy to read. Let's see where they, let's look at their call to action count. There's a call to action there. And another, view more, and now it's not really a call to action. So not so many there, but Stanley Steamer are perfectly placed. They certainly have a lot. Let's look at contact forms. If your contact form has got a lot of information, if you're looking for a lot of information, you're setting yourself up for the person to potentially bounce off your website. Bounce meaning leave your website. Each item you add to your contact form increases the chances by 10% that the website visitor is going to bounce. So your contact form should have the basic information you need to go into selling mode. So let's look at their contact here. The contact should have been, a call to action button. It's not. We're getting a map. And okay, so here's their form, and that's fine. Their name, email, phone number, and a message. That's fine. Let's look at Get Organized Now. Are perfectly placed. When we go to Get Organized Now, okay, there's that message again of 3 easy steps. And look at this. All they want is your name and your email and a message. It's all they need to start selling to you. Let's look at what does Stanley Steamer do when you get a quote? Zip code. Yes, look at that. Making it really easy. So that concludes, I think this concludes, yes, this concludes a portion of getting your website, getting its messaging dialed in. Run this different criteria through your website and run it through and apply it to your competitor's website. Look to see how well is your business adhering to these the messaging and design ideas, and how well is your competitor adhering to them. And it should give you very clear sense of what you need to do to turn your website into a clean and effective website with a marketing message that's really appealing. Just there's a last thought I want you to take before I end this video, is that all of your marketing leads back to your website. All your social media, all your email marketing leads back to your website. Your website is the main event. So think of your social media, think of your email as invitations to a party. Don't, Yeah, you want your invitations to look nice. That's important, but the party is where it's at. So don't neglect the party. Make sure that when people come to your website, to your main event, that they're thrilled to see what they find, and that it's clear to them as to what it is that you offer, how it's going to benefit their life, and it's clear and simple, or that the navigation is clear and simple. If your navigation is confusing, if people have to think, they're going to bounce off your website and on to your competitors. So I'm going to bounce off this video now. I hope you guys find it helpful. You can learn more about my services at DaveSimonsMusic.com. You guys have a great day.